What's going on, guys? My name is Aldeniro and welcome to episode 66 of my Leicester City career mode on FIFA 15. We're starting this episode off with a trip to the Emirates Stadium to take on Arsenal, and as you can see from this snapshot of the league table, a victory here would put us top, only temporarily, presumably, because it looked as though Manchester City or Arsenal would be able to win because we don't have a game in hand over those teams. They have one over us. But even if we could dethrone Arsenal for just a week or so, just to take us to the very top of the table, it'd be a huge morale boost to all the players. If this game worked that way, which it doesn't, so it wouldn't be a morale boost at all. I don't know why I even said that, but you know, you have to sometimes try and immerse yourself into the reality of the situation that's happening. So sorry that this episode is uploaded a little bit later than usual. I was actually planning on doing 2 videos today, but I didn't get round to it due to some personal reasons, and on top of that, I'm going to try and do 2 episodes tomorrow, although I'm not sure how well that's going to go down because GTA 5 is actually out on next-gen consoles tomorrow, and I expect that to take a lot of views away from the FIFA scene, similar to how Advanced Warfare is presumably doing right now, although I'm not sure if the drop of views at the moment in the entire FIFA scene is down to YouTube being bad or whatever. I'm not really too sure, but it looks as though there's just not as much activity as there used to be, and I don't really know why that is. But as you can see in this game, we come forward on the half-hour mark with Dwight Gale on the ball. He passes it into Cheku Koyate, whose shot is spilled by the goalkeeper and then cleared by Javi Martinez, who plays as a centre-back for Arsenal in this game, which I find quite strange. I don't think Wenger would ever sign a player who was only converted into a centre-back like that. Like, I don't know, I think he would take more care with a signing like that. But we come up to the half-time mark with Welbeck's shot being saved by Kasper Schmeichel, and John Stones putting it out for a corner kick, from which nothing came. Arsenal aren't so good with set pieces in this game. And we come up to the 55th minute of the game with Welbeck playing the ball into Jack Wilshere. His shot hits off the post and is cleared by Scott Sinclair, and then a few minutes later Arsenal came forward once again as they tried to break through the defence in the 59th minute, with Podolski doing a really nice roulette there. He plays the ball back into Debussy, who finds Podolski in a decent enough position, but his shot is blocked. Then the ball comes to Ramsey, and Ramsey has no other options, and they keep on passing the ball around like this. Schneiderlin eventually hits it wide, but it's incredibly frustrating when a team passes it with such speed and ability through your own box, like where all you can do is really just pile defenders in front of it and hope for the best, and it's incredibly frustrating, I think. But Villalba's shot in the 73rd minute went just wide, and that was the closest really that we came. I think that was kind of our best chance. The Koyate one was decent enough, but that one was better, and Schlupp steals the ball from Schneiderlin in the 76th minute and plays it into Hector Villalba, who's in a great position, and he manages to get in and score to give us the lead with just 14 minutes left in the game. An amazing moment at the Emirates Stadium, because usually we don't do well here at all, and at the moment we're staring down the possibility of our first ever victory at this stadium, which we do indeed hold on to, and we end that game with a 1-0 victory. So here's a look at the league table as a result of that victory. If Arsenal win their next game, their game in hand essentially, they will overtake us and be 1 point ahead of us, but as it stands, we are top of the league, and the plan is obviously to never leave this position until the end of the season. So I think we're going to win the league. I just have that feeling, and when I have that feeling, I generally tend to win the league. I didn't win too many leagues in FIFA 14. I think I won the Premier League, and I won the French League, and I also won the Serie A, actually, I think. But I just have a feeling that we're going to win the Premier League. Our next game is against Feyenoord. As you saw from the league table, we need a victory here, or else we're quite simply not going through to the next round. This is to finish second. We're playing in Rotterdam, and because of that, I've went with Villalba in the team, who usually doesn't start in the Europa League. Corker and Stones in defence, the same goes for them. Hamer is the goalkeeper in this game, because I meant to put Butland in and I made a mistake, and it ended up being Hamer because I'm an idiot essentially. So we started this game on a little bit of a back foot as a result of that, because Hamer's not a very good goalkeeper, as you guys know, although I have seen a lot of comments from you guys saying that you have him glitched. And that he, like someone commented on yesterday's video saying that you sold him for 15 million. That's insane. But Mbolo's shot in the 20th minute went well wide. It was a terrible attempt. If he did that for me, I would have sold him straight away. So I'm kind of glad that we didn't sign him, if that's the caliber of player that he is. No, just kidding. I know he is amazing. But we come to the 24th minute with Feyenoord on the attack. We launch into a counter-attack as Ince plays it to Julian Brandt, who goes on a little bit of a tear down the right-hand side of the pitch. No real options in clear sight for him, so he has to try and pull the ball back. And Cabral brings him down. The referee awards a free kick for that because it was a blatant foul that you just can't get away with, and the free kick is going to be taken by Gary Gardner. He swings it in, looks for Villalba. Villalba gets onto it. Villalba scores. Villalba always scores, and as a result of that goal, if the scores were to stay the same, we are heading into the next round of the Europa League, second in the group table. Elsewhere, Besiktas are playing against Mordovia Saransk, but it is very likely that Besiktas will win that because they're actually playing incredibly well. But Maikan Leite goes very, very close to making it 2-0 inside stoppage time at the end of the first half, and Origi's cross was headed by Leite towards the goalkeeper. Then we come up to just beyond the hour mark in the game with Biragi coming forward. He finds Maikan Leite in a good position on the edge of the box, and Maikan Leite plays it into Villalba, who manages to squeeze it in off the post in the 63rd minute to make it 2-0 to us. And as it stands, we're definitely going through, and it looks as though it will be an easy enough achievement for us, despite having made really hard work of it. The Europa League is just so taxing on players' fitness and that, and I don't really like it as a result of that. But in the 66th minute, Feyenoord came forward with Turnstra's shot being saved. It comes out to El Amadi. He plays it to Vilena, who finds Cabral, goes back to Vilena. Vilena gets into the box and plays it into Akabar, or however you pronounce his name, and he ends up pulling a goal back for the home team. And this was a little bit worrying for me, but I just decided to kind of not park the bus or anything like that, but play defensively and hold on to the ball, because Feyenoord are definitely a possession-based team in this game, and that is the way that they play going forward. They always hold on to the ball, and they'll pass it back if they have to. And if you can hear like a faint howl in the background, it's my dog, and he just won't stop howling, and it's incredibly frustrating. And I've had to do this commentary like 4 times now because of him. But Grealish's shot in the 89th minute gets saved by the goalkeeper and put out for a corner. Nothing came from it because we just wasted time, and we end that game with a 2-1 victory, which means that we are into the next round of the Europa League, the knockout stages, where we will take on Lille in February, I think is the next game in that tournament. But our next game in the league is against Tottenham Hotspur, and Tottenham Hotspur are a team who we essentially have a blueprint for playing against them. I started off with the 4-4-2, as I always do against them, and then I change to the 4-5-1. They always start the first half incredibly well, Tottenham. I'd say Tottenham are just the most predictable team. I don't know specifically what my record against them is, but I know that every victory I've gotten against them has essentially been the same game, like the exact same game. So if you're kind of one of those people who keeps a good memory of how well I do in certain games, you'll know exactly how this match goes here. As Lamela gets on the ball in the 15th minute, he plays it into Holtby, who left it for Capoue, who gets the ball back. Holtby's shot goes in under the crossbar, and Tottenham take the lead after just 15 minutes into the game. A very good shot by the German attacking midfielder as well, and as you can see from the goal decision system, it is a definite goal. Not that there were any doubts about it, but look how cool Kasper Schmeichel looks when he's just hovering in midair like Neo from the Matrix. That's awesome. Then we come to the 20th minute of the game with Lamela picking the ball up on the edge of the box. He plays it in towards Holtby off Robertson. It eventually does get to the German. He plays it back to Yedlin, who I really want to sign, but he's way too expensive in the game. But he looks like an absolutely incredible fullback. Holtby plays it to Yedlin once more. Yedlin's cross goes just wide, but it almost dipped into that far post, and that would have been a very interesting goal. Then we come up to the 25th minute of the game with Holtby on the ball. He plays it to Capoue, who plays it into Eric Lamela, whose shot smashes off the crossbar and gets cleared away. Then we come into the second half of the game, and we decided to go for the 4-5-1 formation here from the start of the second half and try and get something going in terms of actually attacking Tottenham. And this is what I do every single time, and I play the counter-attack style, and it's like Tottenham just overcompensate. It's like when they score a goal, like they overkill the game. They try and overkill it. They overcompensate on their attempts to kill the game. Does that make sense? Sinclair buries his header from the corner kick in the 50th minute. He makes it 1-1, leveling the tie, and from there we were able to press on. And in the 57th minute, Jeffrey Schlupp, the substitute, gets into a great position but sees his shot hitting off the post, and now we immediately have Tottenham on the back foot. And this is all you have to do when you're playing against them. It's the same in every game. Frustration boils over. Capoue goes in and fouls Tom Ince, I believe it was, for a second bookable offence, which means that he walks, and the 10 men of Tottenham are staring at a certain defeat here because of the way that they're playing the game. Like, they just go all out. They're so Tottenham. Like, they just, I don't know, it's absolutely incredible the way that they play on this game. But we come up to the 67th minute with Ben Davies coming down the left-hand side of the pitch. He finds Eric Lamela, who plays in an incredible ball that's headed by Adebayor, and what an amazing save from Kasper Schmeichel that was as well. Then we went on a counter-attack from there as Ki Sung-yong plays the ball to Villalba, who waits for the overlapping run from Scott Sinclair. He gets it, and Sinclair tears away from Pinto, Neto, who had a very good game up to this point. But Sinclair gets into the box, his cross finds nobody. It's headed away, Zuccolini retrieves it on the edge, his initial volley is blocked, the rebound is buried into the back of the net, our comeback is completed, and it just never looked as though anything else was going to happen in this game. After a first half that consisted entirely of Tottenham pressure, we've turned it around, we've taken the lead, we've dominated the 10 men of Tottenham, and Tom Ince comes in the 78th minute with the perfect opportunity to wrap the game up. Sadly, he can't do so as he is unable to finish, but typical Tottenham succumb to a standard style of defeat at the hands of Leicester City. That is the end of this episode. That was some fucking amazing alliteration as well that I just made up. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you enjoyed the episode, please do leave a like. That would be much appreciated. I've been El Dinero. Thanks for watching.